The Dow recently broke through into record territory, surpassing last October's high. But Blackstone CEO Stephen Schwartzman tells CNBC that he's expecting the markets to start cooling off.
I would say we've had a good run. It's at a pretty good level. The idea that we're going to keep increasing at the same rate doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
How do you help position your clients so that they don't have to have that consistent worry about the constant ups and downs of Wall Street?
Well, never have to look back. And in simple words, Kristen, this is what we do here at Clear Income Strategies Group. Not having to look back in the mirror whatsoever. I mean, not having to worry about your portfolio, getting upside potential without the downside risk. I mean, I could name off several individuals. I mean, I have a client named Mike, a client named Rob, a client named Tim, who've been clients of mine for the last several years. And every one of them had one thing in common, is they say, Dolph, we're getting within that strike zone to retirement. We don't want to suffer any more losses. And that was as simple as that. And they said, we're going to give away some of the upside potential, but we're going to protect our downside. And they said, we've heard nothing but horrible things our whole life about annuities.
Yeah, people do say a lot of negative things about those because they've had so many bad experiences.
But annuities in the past, annuities in the future, they can be bad. Don't get me wrong. But if there's so many annuities out there for so many different purposes, finding the right one could potentially be right for you. My associate here at the office, Jeff, and I, we do these things called Clear Talk every week. And we just posted a video of annuities. Are they right for you or are they a disaster? And it's a 2.5, 3-minute video just pointing out there's a lot of positives in annuities and there's a lot of negatives in annuities. But the one positive, if you find the right one, like Mike, Rob, and Tim did, you're going to get upside potential, not pay any fees, and you lock in your gains on any index that you choose that makes any money. What is bad with that? I mean, is losing money bad?
Absolutely. Never want that to happen.
No. Is not losing money good?
That's amazing.
So what makes these individuals who say annuities are so bad, well, what annuities are they putting them in that are so bad? Where else can you get principal protection, potential upside gains without any risk, avoiding probate, not paying any fees, have liquidity and protection? And some people will say, oh, Kristen, I don't want to tie my money up for 7, 8, 10 years. I go, you're not tying your money up because you're protecting it.
Well, Dolph, it makes me think that there are different annuities out there that do different things then. There have to be.
Absolutely. And like I said, there's a chapter in my book that talks about the good and bad of annuities. I mean, you have the 4 different types. You have the lottery annuity, I call it, the immediate annuity, which just pays you an income for life. And you pass away, the money usually goes back to the insurance company. You have a fixed annuity, which is the same thing as a CD. Like right now, CDs around the country are paying about, if you find an internet bank, they can pay you 2 to 2.25%. We have a 1-year fixed annuity. Doesn't matter what, as long as you're over 59.5, it's going to pay you 2.75% fixed for 1 year. What's so bad about that? And we have a 4-year that's going to pay you 3.40% for 4 years. With no risk, no fees. What's wrong with that? And
I'm sure there's some specifics in there that, we have to follow along with. But overall, the big picture sounds great.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, those different companies that offer those, I mean, that's what a fixed annuity is. A fixed index annuity, there's another option out there. You can get upside potential without the downside risk. And then you have variable annuities, which is what we don't work with. Those are linked to the stock market, generally have a lot of fees to them. You have a lot of moving parts that you're basically in the stock market with a different title on it. But knowing all the different annuities, one of those could be you. I mean, are you looking for liquidity? Are you looking for growth? Are you looking for income? Are you looking for legacy planning? Annuities can offer one thing that the stock market can't offer you. It can offer you downside protection if you choose the right annuity. Again, you have to choose the right one. Annuity might not be right for you. You might be hearing me talk about it and say, I don't want even to listen to it. I did a workshop last week at the Terrace in Ballantyne, a couple nights over there. And I started talking about the different ups and downs of retirement and protection about annuity. And this guy just stands up out of nowhere and just starts screaming how bad annuities are. And we all sat there, and I didn't stop him. I let him vent for a couple minutes. And I asked him what kind of annuity he had. He said, a variable. I lost all this money, had all these fees. I said, okay. So I did a thing, and I ran a report. I said, folks, I'm going to change this up a little bit. And I did a thing called the sequence of returns.
Okay.
And it's a report I ran. And the sequence of returns is how the numbers come into what your retirement goes. We ran the actual numbers from 2000 to 2018 of the S&P 500. In the stock market, the S&P, we ran it on 250,000. It grew to 562. Pretty good.
Very good.
All the upside, but all the downside. Now, what we did is we took away the downside and turned those into zero, and we gave only 50% of the upside in the other option. Guess what? The other option outperformed the S&P by $96,000.
Wow.
That's a big difference. I mean, if you take zero into the equation, it can be a great thing. If you learn about the different things out there that are available to you, it's a great thing. And when I'm talking to clients, when I talk to Mike, I talk to Rob, and I talk to Tim, they still couldn't be happier because they know when they put their head on the pillow last night, because this week was a very volatile week. The president was talking about Trump's with China, this, that, and the other was all floating around. People are losing money. It's like, okay, is this the beginning? Oh, it will come back. What happens, folks, if the time of your portfolio doesn't start coming back, the sequence of return starts changing, and you start going backwards? Are you willing to lose money when you can always protect it?
Get the details and find out more at clearincomeforlife.com. On the Income Strategy Show with Dolph Janis of Clear Income Strategies, here on News 1110 at 99.3 WBT.